I was clueless in a kitchen, truly useless. And now I'm okay. I've gotten a lot better, but I'm still very mediocre.
The Bear breakout, Jeremy Allen White, is cooking up a new level of fame thanks to his Smash FX series, but that doesn't mean he's quite ready for a Michelin star. The actor tells InStyle in a new interview published on Wednesday how he's processing the show's runaway success, admitting that despite rave reviews for his performance as grief-stricken chef Carmy Berzatto, he actually found himself in tears on the last day of shooting because he wasn't happy with his work.
It was on our last day of shooting The Bear, which wasn't that long ago now. It was, I guess, April, and I had this really big scene on the last day, and it had kind of been in my head, so there was like quite a build up. I don't think anybody was putting any pressure on me but myself. I really felt like I let everybody down. I felt like I didn't do great work, and I was able to step away from it, and we had some more stuff to shoot. But I was kind of like having a moment alone outside of the next location, and Chris Storr, our creator, co-director, co-writer, could tell I was like a little bit bothered. And he did that thing, which I know, he was just trying to be kind, and he was being kind. But when you're ever like kind of on the verge, you're just very emotional, and somebody kind of starts to like just rub your back a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're just like off to the races. So he did that. He rubbed my back a little bit, and I started to cry a little bit, and then he very quickly kind of like removed his hand and got out of the way.
31-year-old Jeremy was previously best known for his 10-season run on Shameless, and he may be humble about his latest leading role, but don't think he hasn't seen those viral Yes Chef memes.
I don't have Twitter. I don't go on Twitter, so I think that's kind of helpful and kind of, self-regulating. But yeah, I've been made aware of some of the stuff out there. There's like one in particular. Everybody's decided I look a lot like Gene Wilder, which I agree. But I guess somebody called me ketamine Gene Wilder, or called Carmy ketamine Gene Wilder, which I thought was weird and funny.
Carmy faces a pressure cooker of mounting stress on The Bear, but off-screen, Jeremy likes to keep things low-key at home with wife Addison Timlin and their 2 daughters, and their happy ending was a long time coming. Though the actor reveals that his, quote, forever celebrity crush is Natalie Portman, when it comes to his actual romantic life, he and Addison have quite the epic love story.
I met my wife, Addison, when I was 14. And we've been together now for 6 years, been married for almost 3. We had a couple false starts throughout our sort of like adolescence and early 20s. And we both had other kind of, like serious relationships during the time that we weren't together. But I think, I was really always after Addison. And that long game was pretty crazy.
Fans devoured all 8 episodes of The Bear when season 1 dropped earlier this summer, and a second course has been confirmed. As for what Jeremy wants to see on the menu for Carmy and his crew, he's as excited for another helping as viewers are.
I think he'll hopefully, open The Bear, which will be, I think, the restaurant of his dreams, but also I think now he's got Sydney on board, and so they'll kind of work together to make something, I'm sure, that kind of works for both of them. And I don't know, like I always thought it could be interesting to explore Carmy really finding success as a chef and kind of getting everything he thought he wanted. What always struck me and what was interesting to me about Carmy was his identity is so wrapped up in being a chef and being such a good chef, and his life outside of that world doesn't really seem to exist. So I think if he got all this success and then he kind of has to face his life or lack thereof outside of his profession, that could be something interesting to explore.